I'm going to go ahead and find the exact value of the sine of u plus v. Okay, and but we're going to take a slightly different approach because of the information that's given to us. We're given that the sine of u is 4/5. That's in the first quadrant. And we're also given that the cosine of v is negative 12/13, where that's in the second quadrant. Okay, so if we remember what the sine sum formula is, let's just go ahead and write that out. The sine sum formula, okay, so sine of u plus v is equal to sine of u cosine of v plus cosine of u and then sine of v. Okay, so yeah, we can replace sine of u with 4/5, and we can replace cosine of v with negative 12/13, but what about these two values? Okay, we don't know what cosine of u is, and we don't know what sine of v is. So that's why we have to create two right triangles and find those other values, and then we'll be good. All right, so that's the first thing we have to do is create right triangles here. So I know I'm going to create a right triangle in the first quadrant. So go like that. And so this is going to be u, right? So sine of u is opposite 4 over hypotenuse, 5. So katoa. So katoa, right? And then if you want to find this side, use Pythagorean theorem. But if you also know, this is one of those special right triangles. This is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, but you could derive that using Pythagorean theorem. And then let's also now find the other right triangle given this information. Oh, actually, let me write this line around over here. Probably work better. So if I draw another right triangle, okay, like this, and this is now going to be v, right? V, so cosine is adjacent negative 12 over hypotenuse 13. And this is also another one of those special triple, which is a 5, 12, 13. So this would be 5 right here. But again, that could have been derived using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so now watch this. Now, knowing the triangles, we can derive these other two values. So let's go ahead and plug it in because we're trying to find sine of u plus v. Okay, so sine of u plus v equals cosine of u and cosine of, or I'm sorry, sine of u. And sine of u is right here, 4/5. So I'm going to say 4/5 times cosine of v. Cosine of v is right here, negative 12/13. So negative 12/13. Plus, now here we go, cosine of u. So go to our triangle that has the u, and cosine of u is opposite, I'm sorry, is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to do 3/5. So I'm going to do 3/5. And then sine of v. So go to v, opposite over adjacent. So 5/13. And there we go. So now we just got to simplify this. 4 and negative 12 give us negative 48. 5 and 13, they had nothing in common, so we just multiply them to get our common denominator. 65. And same thing, 3 and 5 is 15. 5 and 3 is 65. And then we just negative 48 and 15, 30, let's see, negative 33 over 65. And there we go. So the sine of u plus v is negative 33/65.